James Stadium in Tampa. It's the Giants in control of the football as we get back to the action in the first quarter. On first down, Galloway. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 59 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. It's complete to Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's another Giants first down. First and goal, New York.
To throw his dart. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's third and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jackson Dart, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
Those are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
That's right. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, that had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
32-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
Here we go on second and 12. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Irving. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to 48. And you see the numbers for Irving in last week's ball game. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Once again, it's Irving. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Brings up third and 3.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. 19, Charger. 19, go.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a loss of 2.
70
Brings up
range.
2nd and 12. At the
On
Giants.
play action, they'll throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. That's good for a first down, his second catch in the opening drive.
Hey, check that. Street. Red. Cowboy 80. Ready, ready?
A run up the middle with Irvin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 19-yard line.
Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop the throw. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
A gain of 3.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. And he missed it. It's no good. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, he will step aside for just a moment. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll fake the give. Now it's Darty. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the teams is shaken up. The ball will tend to him, and he will step aside. After 1-7 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. As they got it with a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Dart going to look to throw here. This is caught by Robinson. Through the middle of the field. He may go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Wan'Dale Robinson with career touchdown number 75. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Speed limits out there, and off he went. And someone trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up here for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy.
There's a diving catch right side. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Here's a handoff to Irvin. And he still has yet to get on the back of his first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward on second down and 11.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught. Emeka Buka.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when it's out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and it's hard to defend.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That ball caught by his rookie running. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the game, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. It's also covered by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 34.
Liking 18.
That would give Irving running right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Let's go now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
No time for the play to develop. It wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, I feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
They're going to look to throw. And he is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Ibuka. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
65.
On the ground, it's Irvin. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
That was good tough running right up the middle. If the defense can't penetrate and make it slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Dragon 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready,
looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
A run with Irvin. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Lucky Irvin with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, this had not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown. And New York set to take the field. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Caught left side by Cobb. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Throwing his dart. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Dart. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That coach is always hyped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
A loss of 9 yards. It's 3rd down. 3rd and 11.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Here's Dart. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
We'll get this to about the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Oh, shit.
Quickly, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Cougar 19, go.
Inside handoff, Smith. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
18, 5 here. Jeanette, Buffalo 18, Bronco 80. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hey, Smash.
They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Let's go. Shot alert, 19. Ready.
They'll try and run forward with Smith. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. Back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Now it's Smith running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness.
Holy shit.
And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Here we go, start. Cougar 19.
They'll run with Smith. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Come on, come on.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Oh, what's that?
And the Buccaneers are going to be set for the 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there. Moving the ball right at the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's
It's good.
touchdown Buccaneers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes Wan'Dale Robinson with this New York offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there. This D is fired up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Dart.
Oh, shit.
Complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. 73 yards. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly right, partner. That little bouncing and step back and scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Warriors, 70.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
At the 47-yard line.
Go! Ready.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go. Reload.
A first down carry for Smith. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready. Check. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Here we go.
They'll drop the throw. Throw inside complete. That's Collins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll run. This is Irvin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
18. Here we go.
Back to throw here.
Oh, shit.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and it's a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They'll run on first down. Galloway. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. James Pierce in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Fighting through, and he's got space. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they're still looking at 4th down now. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Tag. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44. Looking to put a drive together. Now Dart. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw, Dart.
Ooh, I missed that bitch. I missed that bit. Go, Nick.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
To throw now, Dart. Pressure, he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Come on, come on. Let's go.
Now again, right side, Irvin. And he's got some space here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Collins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Let's go now.
Again to the fullback on the dive. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
69, Cougar 19.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, shit.
The end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop inside the red zone. Every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Now back to throw.
Oh,
And the Giants are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation. The fourth quarter, you come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Giants, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaunt. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.